Hello everyone and welcome back to the .NET world. Today I will going to discuss on one interview question, which is difference between content child versus content children. So basically we use the content child if you want to project the content of DOM element from one component to other component, then we go for the content child. For example, I have the parent component and child component, and I need to access the DOM element of parent component into child component, then I will use the content child. Then, what is the difference between view child versus content child? View child I already discussed in one of my videos. So in view child, you can access the DOM element in same component, and in the content child, you can access the DOM element from one component to other component. So that is the exact difference between these two, view child and content child. Now let's see the example. So over here I have the child component. This is my child component, and app component will be my parent component. So let's add over here. I'm using the selector of child component into parent component. Now I will going to add one paragraph in parent component HTML. Let's see, this paragraph I will going to write as a and now I want to access this parent component element into the child component, and I need to change color. Okay, so over here in the child component HTML, I will going to use this ng content. Let me write once again. This is the ng content. Yeah. So basically, what is this ng content? So we in child component we project this content ng content, so it will dynamically add the DOM elements from parent component. Or if I say this ng content is used to project the content of DOM element from parent component, and it is used as component reusability because it inserts the content dynamically. Now I will going to implement after content initiate, and I have to write ng after content initiate method. So this is also one of the lifecycle hook method which we use for the content child to access the content of DOM elements. Now we have to write same way at the rate content child, and first I have to give the template reference variable. So let's go to the parent component, and I need to give over here reference variable as a check. So and I need to use this check in content child check result element ref. Now if I going to print this log, you can see the element result. If I save this and run, you can see in developer tool, or if I say in the console, see this is the element ref and we have the paragraph native element. So this basically come from the parent component. So this one is from the parent component paragraph, and this one is written in the child component. So basically, child content child is used to access the DOM element of parent component into the child component. Now, in this I love .NET world, I need to change the color of this paragraph. So we will going to use this result and change the color of the text. Result native element dot style dot color equal to red. Now if I save this You can see my paragraph has changed color to red. Now you can see the changes. Okay, so this is the use of the content child. You can work with the parent component DOM elements into the child component. Now the content children, it is the same as a view children. So in content children, we can get the multiple DOM elements, or if I say we can get the elements as in a list. So the difference between content child and content children is that content child is a singular and content children is a plural. You can in a content child you can get only the first element reference, or if I say you can get only the first element, and in the content children you can get many elements in a list. So now I will going to use the content children over here, and I will going to add paragraph over here like this, and I will going to save this. Let me check for this content children. Change this to query list. Now over here, need to import Angular core for the content children, and this query list I can write as me, or okay. So I have imported the content children and the query list. Now if I save this, I remove this part. Yeah. Now if we go to this F12, or if I say sorry, in the console, you can see the query list. In the query list, you can access the first and last element, which same we have saw in the view child or in view children, and also you can access the result. Like there is a two result, or if I say there is a two native element, I can add like one more control. So same we have used the same template variable reference, and this template variable reference I'm using in a child component, like we have saw in the view children. Okay. Now I need to change the color of all these three paragraphs. So let me change some over here. I love .NET World. I like .NET World. I uh, see .NET World. Now if I run this, now you can see I see .NET World. I like .NET World, and I love .NET World. So all the three element you can see in the child component. Okay. Now I have to change the color of all these template element reference. So I will go over here, and let me write this result dot for each array, and use element dot native element dot style dot color equal to, let's suppose green. Now over here there is some issue. Okay, close this over here. Now if I save this, you can see my paragraph has changed the color to the green. So this is the use of the content children, where I can get the multiple elements, and in the content child I can get only the first element. Now we will going to see the use of the static keyword in content child. So it will work same as in a view child. So we will going to take the same example content children for now, and first I will going to show you in the ngo initiate the element is printing or not, or if I say what's the output, it's undefined or it's query list. Ng on initiate, and let me input this. Now I will going to add ng on the initiate method. Backend console dot result. Now if I save this and we see the console, you can see undefined because you cannot access the element because it is not created. The content is not created and view also is not created. So if I use this static true over here, static true, as you can see over here, we are getting some error over here. As I am using this content children and using this static in the content children. So I'm getting this error. And same thing, if I go to this parent component and change this view child to view children, see, same thing I'm getting issue over here. Even if I change this to query list, it is, yeah, you can see I'm getting some issue over here in both these component for content children and view children. So please go and check out why we are getting this error and comment down in comment section. So let me change this view children to view child, and let me change over here also. Sorry, static. Let me remove children. Now if you see, it is working. I'm not getting any issue. And let me change this to element because even if we are using this query list, it will going to access only the first element. Okay, for content child. Now if I save this, yeah, you can see over here element ref. Okay, because I changed static to true, you can see now the element ref and this native element paragraph p. One more thing, in the parent component I have used this three paragraph and I have given the same template element reference, but over here in element ref you can see only one p because in the content child and in the view child which I already discussed earlier, that we are getting only the first element. Okay, we are not getting all elements. For content children we are getting all elements, and for the content child we are getting only the first element. So now if I remove this thing because we don't require for now. Yeah. Now as you can see over here we can see the element ref now when we add this result in a ng on initiate method. Now if I change this static true to false, save this, now you can see undefined. And same thing if I uncomment this part, it is using ng after content initiate and save this, you can see the element ref in the ng after content initiate. And if I do this true, now you can see the both. So basically it is bug same as in a view child, that if you change that static to true, you can access that in the ng on initiate. And if you change to false, you cannot access because your content or view is not been created, or if I say has not been created. And by default, static is a false. If you not enter any static over here keyword, so it by default will be a false only. So I hope this helps you. If you have any query or doubt, you can write in the comment section, and also let me know why we cannot use this static keyword in content children or in the view children. Thanks for watching.